Hello internet. So today I finally bring you that one new smoothie recipe that I discovered somewhere, and I'm going to share it with you guys because I am so excited and it tastes so good and so awesome that I just couldn't wait. So the way we go about it is you'll need almond milk, almond butter, and this is optional, honey. And I say it's optional because if you're limiting sugar, then you don't want to add too much of it. But for me, I like to have a little bit of a sweet taste to any drink that I have beyond water. So I do add the honey. And the almond milk, I personally like to use the unsweetened kinds because the other ones that are like original flavored, they tend to sit really heavy in my stomach. So anyway, and cinnamon, and this is also optional, but for me it's very, very important. It is a protein powder, but specifically vanilla or chocolate, or vanilla and chocolate. I honestly do a scoop and a half of chocolate and half a scoop of vanilla, but I have yet to try vanilla overpowering the chocolate. I haven't done that yet, but I don't see why that wouldn't be good. I use a chocolate whey powder, and it's among the best things I've ever had. So yeah, let's dive right into the process itself. Oh, and before I begin, please don't be one of those people who adds ice to smoothies or milkshakes. I don't get why people do that. That's terrible. But if you like that, I'll respect you for it. But in my recipe, no, you'll never have ice on the smoothies. Because I mean, the milk itself is cold already. Why do you need ice in it? So I would love dearly to show you exactly the products I use. But because I don't get paid for this, I don't give nobody no free promo. But all sassiness aside, so to start us off, I will do the best I can to explain my measurements because I eyeball the crap out of everything that I do. You know what? Since I recently made that video about Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Sandwich, I will forgive this cup. But they do not endorse me in any way, shape, or form, so anyways. So, I am taking my almighty almond milk and I will dispense it. That is about half a cup. For me, that's enough today. Alright, so as you can see, that's about a cup and a quarter. I'm gonna call that a cup and a half just to keep it simple. And now I will take the almond milk and dispense it into my blender. And a pro tip that I have for you guys is, assuming that you're going to add the cinnamon and you don't mind the cinnamon, I like to add a little bit of it to like the bottom of the cup, because that way at the end you're gonna have an almighty spoon to, at the end of your drink, finish drinking dash eating what's on the bottom, because settling is a part of smoothies. So once you stir the residue, you have some extra cinnamon there. And the way I make things have an even flavor throughout drinks or any meal that I prepare is I make sure that everything gets evenly spiced up or seasoned. So yeah, learn to do that and you'll look like a pro at the kitchen, even though you don't know how to do shit. I went ahead and installed that into the actual machine. And here comes the fun part. So I like to sprinkle cinnamon to where the surface of the liquid is filled, or you know, like it's noticeable that there is cinnamon, because at about 1.5 cups, that's about what you would need for the flavor to be evenly distributed. Experience and overall love for the sciences have taught me that. And now I am going to add the honey. And the measurement that I do for this is about 2 drops like that, or maybe another one, depending on how you're feeling. But that's about it, because I'm honestly not a big fan of honey. And smoothies that are too sweet, they're just not my thing. Next up, we have the star of the show, and probably my favorite ingredient, and that is the almond butter. I like to do for this recipe a teaspoon and a half. That seems to be the overall perfect measurement for this. So here we go. I'm going to put that crap in there. Ah, yeah. Oh yeah. And now we're gonna get our half teaspoon. I hope this is a teaspoon and not a tablespoon, because I tend to mistake both of them. Because you know there's like 3 spoon sizes. Well, the one in the middle, that size, that's what you want to use. Okay. And now we're ready to do some blending. And I'm sure you're happy that I can edit now, because I can actually not record the noise. Alright, it's looking nice and good. And something else that experience has taught me is to trust your senses. For me, for this kind of recipe, the darker the hue, the better. So it's not exactly looking the color that I'm used to. So to correct that, I can bet that I can use just a little bit more cinnamon, and maybe go ahead and do 2 teaspoons of almond butter, as opposed to just 1.5. So let's do that much cinnamon. That's perfect. Perfect. And that. Oh yeah. I don't even want to make a joke and compare it to what I think it is, but you can use your imagination. You guys are smart. Okay, let's do some more blending. Alright, that is looking a whole lot better now. Something that I like to do is, for the sake of evenness, if you see anything stuck to like the walls of the blender, just go ahead and like scrape it off and make it go to the rest, like with the liquidy part. And you're also saving your resources and not letting a whole lot go to waste. Yeah, that's good. Alright, and now we're moving to the second star of the show, which is the whey protein. For the sake of this demonstration, I will use just the chocolate. So we're gonna do that. 1 scoop. And we're going to blend it. And it's all nice and blended. And now we're going to go to our second scoop. Yoink! And blend it. And there you go. It looks exactly like chocolate milk, except that you guys know that chocolate milk is my favorite drink. But I think this makes me like it better. Okay, and now we are ready to, of course, dispense it. Ah, yeah. And look at that. You guys saw how I started with only a half a cup, or half a cup and a half. Well, this is why, because since they're adding ingredients and liquefying them, it'll add to your volume. So yeah, I always get the exact measurement. And if you don't get it right the first time, don't worry, you will. And as a side note, this is totally optional too, but I add flax seeds and chia seeds to this just for that extra nutrition and boost of energy. I won't show you today because honestly I'm going to skip it. But flaxseed does have a little bit of a strong flavor to it. So it may not be for everybody, but it's just from what I read, it's a really healthy seed to consume. So I would recommend that you add it to that. And what I like to do with the seeds is I dispense, once I'm done, I dispense half of the juice to the cup, add a half a teaspoon of the flax seeds and chia seeds, stir it, and then finish it off, and then complete that teaspoon with another half a teaspoon of flax seeds and chia seeds and stir it. And that also, they also tend to sink since they're solids, so that's why you want to keep that spoon handy. And now you guys get to watch me drink my creation. Let's do a little bit of stirring just to make sure that everything is, yep. It is meant to look like it has a lot of particles in it, but if this is something that you're not used to, then I would recommend that you do this. See that? It's like an even color, even ingredients, and that's the cinnamon. I love watching it distribute like that. So, and here we go. Yep, taste even better than the last time I made this, which was about 2 weeks ago. All right, you guys, well, thanks for joining me in my kitchen. I hope that you guys give this recipe a try. If you're into smoothies and juicing and whatnot, I really love it. I discovered this about 4 months ago, or maybe it's been 6 months, and I just cannot get enough of it. So yeah, you guys, if I ever discover any other cool ways to fix a smoothie, I'll be sure to share it. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.